Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Adrielle, and I am currently narrating a story of my life dating back from January 2016. In the previous episode, I talked about the month of October 2021, and in this episode, I'm going to talk about November 2021. So here it goes. It is November 2021, y'all, and this marked 30 months since I was in the wilderness. The number 30 is a very symbolic number. 30 was when David became king. 30 was when Joseph became prime minister of Egypt. 30 was when Jesus started his ministry. I'm like, Lord, let the 30th month be the month that I get out the wilderness. Yeah, I was so consumed with getting out of the wilderness. I had no idea that I was nowhere near getting out. Like, to be honest, and I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. 2021, like around this time, 2021 and beginning of 2022, that is probably the middle of my story. Like, this story is nowhere near done at all. So for me to think that I was gonna be out the wilderness like that, I had no idea what God had in store for me, or especially with the wilderness and what I went through after the wilderness. Because after the wilderness, I went through another season in my life, and that was crazy. But yeah, I was nowhere near done with the wilderness, but I was keeping hope alive. So beginning of November, I had a negative balance in my account, as always. Um, November 9, I reached out to the assistant manager, Pepper, via email. It's like, yo, what's up with my application? I sent her an email, didn't get a response. And I just felt like that was typical Pepper fashion, for her to do that. Now, something interesting that I did, and this was kind of like the beginning of me doing this, and then later on, this became a thing, was when someone I encountered was acting very weird to me, and I believe something spiritual was going on. What I would do would be, I would search them. I'll do like research on them. So I did research on Pepper. I found her on LinkedIn. Now, here's the thing. When I found her profile on LinkedIn, she had the open to work banner on her profile. Now, I thought that was weird because typically a person who has the open to work um, banner on their profile is because they're looking for a job. Pepper was the assistant manager at Hidden Valley, so she shouldn't be looking for a job, you know? So I'm like, hey, maybe this isn't um something that she just never updated from her profile. And yeah, I also went on her Facebook. I found out certain information about her. I'm not going to disclose that, but I was like, okay, it's starting to make sense a little bit about why she was treating me the way she was treating me. And then, yeah, so I did my little stalking, or little, no, I wouldn't call it stalking, research. Did a little research on her, and I found out some information. November 16th, there was a webinar for London, which I attended. And part of this webinar, you get to talk to recruiters and managers. I spoke to one, and interestingly enough, the person I spoke to knew my brother's friend, the one who tried to hook me up with London back in 2019. He's like, oh, I know him. He's such a good guy. So I was like, oh, he was like, say hello to him for me. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, is this an opportunity for me to get a job? Because, I kind of use his name or whatever. So I'm like, I don't know what this is going to happen with this whole opportunity with London and this whole virtual event that they had going on. But I'm just trying to be optimistic because I honestly believe, y'all, that the Lord revealed London to me. I did not understand why it was a hassle to get to London, but like everything else, it was a hassle. Um, November 16th to the 19th, maintenance is cleaning up apartment 14. They're cleaning it up. I'm like, they're getting it ready for whoever wants to see the apartment and possibly rent the apartment as well. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, Brandon. Oh, okay, Brandon. At this point, yeah, I had no money. Again, I had no money and I had no drinking water. Had no drinking water. So what I was doing was I was boiling water in order to drink, y'all. I was boiling water in order to drink because I had no water. I remember getting a call from someone who was part of the statewide rental assistance program. And I basically informed this person about my application and they just wanted to have a meeting. Now, this was weird because I never had someone call me. And so this person apparently was a resident rental advisor, and their job was to get rental assistance programs for me. Now, the one that they kept on pushing towards me, I already applied for. That was what I was waiting for Pepper to apply for. So they said that they wanted to have a meeting with me, on the phone. And what was weird was that they kept on giving me the runaround with this whole thing. And I didn't think I needed to talk to them because I already had applied for the program, but they just kept on calling me. They just kept on calling me and they wanted to talk to someone from the leasing office. November 19, y'all, I had no money and I said, okay, it's time to reach out to mom. I hated reaching out to my mom, but I didn't know who else I could reach out to. I reached out to her and I said, at this time, you know what? Let me just ask her if I can borrow money instead of her just, giving me money. So I believe I asked her for $1,000, y'all. I asked her for $1,000, and the reason why I asked her for 1,000 is because I didn't want to keep going back to her. I was like, if I have $1,000, I know that can last me for a while. She was like, no, no, I don't have that money, and no, I'm not giving you $1,000. I don't know where the conversation shifted, but I think I told her that the Lord didn't want me to work. I think that was what happened. So I believe I told her that I was in the wilderness and I believe that the Lord didn't want me to work. And this is what she says to me. She says, I pray God opens your eyes and shows you the light. And once she said that, I had a tear drop in my eye because I felt so defeated, y'all. Like, to be honest, like 2021, I felt so weak. I felt so like I felt disabled. Like I feel like I couldn't do anything. I feel like I couldn't do anything and there was nothing I could do about it, y'all. There was nothing I could do. It just felt like the worst year ever. Um Even till today, I think about 2021. I'm like, oh my goodness, I never would want to revisit 2021. It just felt it just felt like a lot. And to be honest, during that time, going through it, all I could hold on to was my faith in God. All I could hold on to was my faith in Him and my faith in knowing that I trust His word. I know He told me about Brandon. I know He told me about London. I know. But everything I was going through, y'all, looked like the complete opposite. And it seemed like I had every reason to give up. Seemed like I had every reason to go back to Jersey. I had every reason. And yeah. So she says to me that I'm not gonna give you 1,000, but she did give me money. I think she gave me $200. She later on gave me $200, and I was thankful for that. November 23rd to the 24th, my family came into town for Thanksgiving. My mom also sends me another 250 during this time while she was, with me in Atlanta. By the end of November, y'all, things started falling apart in my apartment. My dryer knob broke, and later on in the month of January, y'all, other things started breaking. And I'm like, what is this? So, y'all, that was pretty much the end of November, y'all. Money was dry. Ugh. everything just seemed dry. Yeah, everything just seemed dry. And I was furious as to what I was going through financially. Is there anything else I want to say that I probably didn't mention? Hmm. I think that's it for now. If I ever remember anything, I will definitely talk about it. But yeah, that was pretty much what happened in November. Next episode, I'm gonna talk about December, which happens to be Brandon's birthday month. Um, I was in for a surprise in the month of December. But yeah, so if you're liking an unlikely story, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share my videos as well. I would truly appreciate that. And until next time, bye.